Derby County, among many other championship clubs, are chasing the signature of John McAtee. Is it a loan deal or is it a permanent? We're going to get into all of that within this video. We all know John McAtee from his time at Barnsley and his spell within the non-leagues. He's gone to Luton Town and not even made an appearance from what I'm aware. But he has made a certain impact back in Barnsley. Now, Derby County are looking to secure the signing, but is it a signing that they're going to be able to do, having to face stiff competition? Now, before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner. Stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and EFL Championship and League One content that's going to be heading your way over the course of the next season. Make sure you hit the like button as well to push this channel to new audiences, and let me know your thoughts on John McAtee down in the comments. But should we get straight into it? Now, for those of you who don't know who John McAtee is, this is what he looks like. He's been playing at Barnsley for the last season. He may have been there a little bit longer than that, actually. And he's been there on loan and he's had some impressive times. And even if we go back to his career before Barnsley, he's had some very, very impressive seasons. But shall we take a further look into the link and how this deal may come about? Now, if we do scroll along, we look that Wrexham have joined the battle and are ready to battle a host of championship clubs for John McAtee. The League One side want the 24-year-old who claimed 20 goal contributions on loan at Barnsley, but they face stiff competition from championship sides such as Plymouth, Blackburn, Millwall, Derby, Portsmouth and League One Bolton. Now, I can completely see why all of these clubs are in for the signing of John McAtee, because he would completely add a different dimension to all of those sides. Now, if we do just scroll a little bit further along, you'll see that the 24-year-old played 40 league matches last year, 29 of them as a forward, scoring 12, assisting 4. He's back at Luton, as you would expect, at the end of a loan spell, and there's a host of clubs looking at him. He's the brother of James McAtee, who is, I believe he was at Sheffield United last year, on loan from Manchester City, but you've got all these Premier League, all these championship clubs, sorry, that are interested in the signing of John McAtee. Now, let's take a further look into his career. He's 24 years old, currently contracted to Luton Town, but has been on loan most recently at Barnsley, which is probably where you will know him from. Now, if we look further into his career, he's been at 8 clubs over the course of his short career at just 24 years old. The notable clubs are obviously Barnsley and Luton, but he has spent time at Grimsby Town, Curzon Ashton, Ashton United, Telford United and Scunthorpe United. As you can see, he's travelled the non-leagues. He's made 212 appearances with 12,945 minutes, 43 goals scored, 13 assists, 16 yellows and 2 red cards. Now, that data won't be entirely accurate because with some of the teams he's been at, they don't have fully accurate data for goals and assists, minutes and appearances, but for what we know, he is so good in those attacking areas, and he's definitely a player that could fit into one of the 2 10 roles. Now, if we do look at where he's played most of his football, you obviously have to look at Grimsby Town. 70 appearances, 20 goals and 4 assists. He spent 54 games with Scunthorpe United, scoring 5 and assisting 4. The same at Barnsley with 15 goals and 5 assists in 45 games. And as you can see, a bunch of appearances for Curzon Ashton, Ashton United, Telford, Shrewsbury, where he scored 3 goals within those clubs. And obviously, Luton Town, he is yet to make an appearance since signing for them back after leaving Grimsby Town, when he had a range of different options. And I thought Luton was the right one at the time, but I'm now beginning to think that maybe it wasn't. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner. We're working really hard to try and hit 1,000 subscribers over on the channel, and only you guys can help me watching by hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notification bell. Smash the like button as well to push this channel to brand new audiences. We're really close, and I know that you can help me, and I'll catch you now in the next part of this video. You can see here his positional chart, and I think he is absolutely perfect for Paul Warne. You can see he can play playing all of those attacking positions with over 100 appearances in centre forward and as a second striker. He's also got 19 appearances as an attacking midfielder, so it's really interesting to see that he can play all of those three roles, all of which fit into Paul Warne's 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 system that he's going to potentially want to play heading into this championship campaign. I think the versatility, showing that he is able to play on the right and the left and even a little bit deeper in central midfield, could be absolutely massive for Derby County. Now, if we look at the players that Derby County have already, which should be on the next slide. Now, I have got David Ozzo in there because he is set to sign on loan as I'm recording this video. He has not yet been announced, but that deal is believed to be agreed, medical completed, interviews completed. We are just waiting for an announcement. Now, he goes into that front three quite easily. He fits into the midfield quite easily. And obviously, if you turn this into like a 4-3-3 or something, he's got plenty of positions that he can play for this club. So I do think it could be an absolutely massive deal for the club if they're able to get John McAtee. The big question is, would it be a loan deal or would it be permanent? Because obviously we're at that point where Derby County are beginning to sort of fill out their squad, and if we're bringing in loan signings, they're going to expect a certain amount of football, otherwise we're going to lose the depth further down the line, and that is the bit that worries me with loan signings. You look at the likes of Ozzo and Yates, if they have incredible first halves of the season, there is a potential they could get dragged back to their parent clubs, which obviously then makes our situation a lot more difficult, which is why I'm really hoping the McAtee deal, if there is one to come, will be a permanent deal, but I get the feeling it'll probably be a loan spell. Now, as I've just mentioned, I do get the impression that this is going to be a loan deal, if it is even a deal that Derby County are going to chase given the competition. Now, we know that Derby County are in for a range of different forwards. You look at the likes of Karamoko Dembele, you look at Scott Wright from Rangers, and then add in John McAtee. It's going to be very interesting to see how Derby does end up at the end of this season. What we are going to do is, when the transfer window closes, we're going to look at the squad and how it's developed over the course of obviously this transfer window, because it has been a very interesting one so far. I believe we've only brought in 5 or 6 players so far, but I think there could be another 5 or 6 players to come before the deadline. I also think we could see some players move out who we might not be expecting, and I think that'll only open doors for the likes of John McAtee to come and join Derby County. Now, obviously, there is no guarantees with any signing, any rumour, any link, but this is one which I think certainly fits the Paul Warne narrative of potentially playing with 2 10s in behind the striker. Obviously, we've got Mendes Lang and Corey Blackett-Taylor who can offer width in those forward positions, but we also need players who can play in that number 10 role, who are creative and able to score goals, and I think John McAtee certainly does fulfil that role. It will be interesting to see what Luton Town do plan to do with him. Obviously, they have the likes of Joe Taylor, who was at Lincoln last season, obviously John McAtee from Barnsley, who both had really impressive campaigns, and it is going to be interesting to see how they choose to develop over the course of this window at Luton Town, because obviously they've got some big name players that they signed for the Premier League last season, who I think could probably help them get out of the division heading into this campaign in the Championship. So it's going to be something that's going to be really interesting to look into. You're going to have to let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and let me know your thoughts on John McAtee down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.